Our daily burst of joy today is taken from Romans 6, verse 6, and it says, "For we know that our old self was crucified with him so that the body of sin might be done away with, that we should no longer be slaves to sin." This is very similar to the verse Galatians 2, verse 20. So take a look at that. When a person accepts God's free gift of grace, which is unmerited favor that he has given us, when a person accepts God's free gift of grace through faith in his son Jesus, they die to themselves. What this means is they give up their own life to live for Jesus. This is the very reason that most people don't do this. They prefer to live for themselves, their own ways, their own wants and dreams, but they don't understand that God is our creator and knows what's best for us, for all of us. He knows better what will satisfy our every need, our every desire, how to fulfill every dream that God knows would bring us immense joy. We think we know ourselves better than God, but that's wrong thinking. God is God, and he knows everything. He knows what would bring himself glory through our lives, what would make the most impact, and again, give us satisfaction and joy to overflowing. At salvation, again, that's when we placed our faith in Jesus as our Savior, we are filled with his Spirit who indwells us. We are then given a new nature. We are given a godly nature that chooses to live a pure, sinless life. We are no longer a slave to sin. The power of sin over our lives has been broken. But our old nature doesn't die easily. It continues to raise up, to gravitate back toward our old ways. But this is why it's imperative that we get filled with God's truth and power every day from his word, the Bible. This is what truly transforms us into a new godly person. We are set free upon our salvation, free from the curse and power of sin. We will still continue to sin in this life because of our old nature and being surrounded by ungodliness wherever we go. But again, this is why it's so important to make time every day to spend time with God, allowing him to fill us with himself and his truth. And as we do, we become more like him and sin less. God says that in Romans 8:29, that we should be conformed to his likeness, the likeness of Jesus. We must be willing to give Jesus Christ the predominant position in our life. That anything that distracts us from doing this, we should lay it down. In other words, give up anything that holds us back from living this pure, godless, sinless life. We need to lay it down. We need to give it up. Take a look at Colossians 3, verses 7 through 10 that talk about that. So this is clearly what's best for us, but it's a struggle for many. Remember something important. God isn't going to take away everything, so we see ourselves as paupers, as Dr. Charles Stanley says. Instead, whatever we give up that frees us from the attachments of this world will bring lasting freedom, and our self-esteem will no longer be tied to stuff, meaning possessions, people, or dreams, but to our Creator who adores us and loves us and gives us everything that satisfies us, so we can truly live the amazing, abundant life that Jesus died to give us. Are you willing? Are you willing to do that? You really, really need Jesus as your Savior in order to live that perfect, amazing, incredible, abundant, satisfying life that only He died to give us. Make today be the day, and let this burst of joy fill you with overflowing. God bless you.